We got 2 great practices in. I wanted to give them a little fresher today, give them a little rest. We actually slept in an hour longer today. They were excited about that, and we gave them a little later start. Had some good meetings, and in preparation for a Saturday scrimmage, that's huge. So today it'll be a get after practice today. After 2 yesterday, and then we'll lighten up a little bit tomorrow, and then we're going to crank it up on Saturday. So that was kind of the method there.
Can you talk a little bit about what's happening at linebacker? Are you working Bam on both sides, storing money?
Yeah, Bam will work both sides, and based on personnel, we feel good with what he can do out there to the field. So it was good to see him be able to go out there and execute. We've got him so familiar with it now. A year ago he couldn't do that, so his knowledge is better. And then Sean's doing a great job. Elijah's doing a good job out there at the star position as well. More guys in space as opposed to a team that's going to come out and 22 personnel and try to run it down your throat. So
nice those guys have different skill sets because you can rotate them in based on personnel, what other teams are doing.
It is. But then the one thing depending on who you play, people will be able to personnel you a little bit, knowing that, and then all of a sudden line up with 2 tight ends, and then all of a sudden spread one of them out and put that guy in space. But the good thing is, Bam has done that against 3 or 4 wideouts already, so he's done it against good wideouts. So we're not afraid to do it because he's got those reps through camp.
Mike and Matt are such steady guys. How have they improved in their football this season?
I think you don't see the improvement out of either one of those guys like you'd like, because they were already pretty good. Okay, and it's just it's like Coach Andrews always says in the weight room. A freshman's going to make major gains in the weight room, as opposed to a senior that's been through 4 years of strength program. It's just hard. If Bolt set a world record every time he ran the 100, it's just not going to happen. And it's the same thing with those guys. They know what they're doing on defense. Sometimes you even see a drop off because they feel like, hey, I know what I'm doing. I don't have to do that. It's perfect, Coach. I can do that. No, I'd like to see you continue to do it the right way. So, you just don't see those major improvements out of guys that are vets.
You mentioned yesterday you were going to do some special teams work last night. Did you see anything there that kind of pops out?
No, not really. It was a lot of situational special teams things. I mean, we work a lot of the fundamentals during the day on these hot two-a-days, and we're running our guys around, working on fundamentals, getting off blocks, protecting, punting, covering, getting off blocks. Then last night was getting more of a laid back, hey, what happens if, kicking off after a penalty, all those situational type of things that you don't really spend a lot of time on because they, might not happen all next year, but just in case they do, we're prepared for everything.
Well, you talked about using 5 running backs.
I was just kidding about 5. 5 might be
using all 5.
Yeah, using all 5, yeah.
Not once.
Right, okay, good.
But how has Shantez being here in the spring sort of enabled him to have a role this fall?
I'm not a big proponent of mid-year transfers, but with the 2 guys that we had come in at mid-year, Shantez and Patrick Jones, both of them you could see major improvement from what they did in the spring. You can't see it with the other guys because you don't know where they were. But you saw major improvement out of both those individuals, and Shantez was, definitely helped by coming in here, being in the strength program for not only the spring but the summer, the entire summer. A lot of freshmen didn't get here, until later on. So both those guys have, taken full advantage of it and have not only changed their bodies but given them a chance mentally to help themselves get on the field.
Is there a reason you're not a big proponent of doing that?
After watching those 2 progress, I'd be a fool not to like that. But, I think it's in our best interest, but I don't think it's always in the kids' best interest to pull them out of high school. They don't finish with their kids. I think, I don't think I'd want my own kids to leave school early. I'd like them to, go to prom, if you can find a date, Jerry. But, I'd like them to be able to, enjoy it. Let me just tell you, football is 12 months a year. It's not like it used to be when I was in school. You used to go home during the summers and see mom and dad and see your brothers and sisters and then go back to school. It's 12 months a year. They're here all the time. And to me, it's, when I tell, recruit parents, it's 12-month commitment. It's, it's like going to the Army for 4 or 5 years. It's not like it used to be 10, 20 years ago. So it's a full time. So to rush that, is different. That's, for the kids' sake, I always give them the pluses. Academically, you're getting your degree faster. You're going to, have at least six in the summer plus 12. I mean, you're going to be 18 to 24 credits ahead of schedule academically. you're going to be smarter, you're going to be in better shape. But then there's the other stuff.
Coach, how are you on time?
I'm ready to go. You guys got one more? Jen, you got a question? I heard
I
you.
did. I wondered where you stand on the league going to 9 conference games, or if you have a preference there.
You know, I think we talked about it maybe when we opened up. You know, I really don't have a preference. I mean, you know, we're going to look at who's out there to schedule. I think, you know, who's to schedule is more importantly than what we do. But you know, if they put them on a schedule, we're going to play them. You know, we want great football teams to come into Heinz Field. We want to go on the road and play in great atmospheres as well. And like I said, I'd much rather play, you know, a good opponent than one that we're supposed to beat. There's a lot less pressure, in my opinion, when that happens. But it doesn't, you know, the higher ups are going to, you know, make those decisions. And I think, like I said last week, you know, even if we had an opinion, they don't listen to us anyway. So they do what they want to do. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.